Oblivion is one of the most legendary games ever made. It had a massive impact and influence on gaming, especially RPGs, and even if you haven't played it, you probably heard or seen plenty of memes and jokes that this game created due to its unique visuals, bugs, and voice acting.
Then pay with your blood. This ends here. This is the part where you fall down and bleed to death.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law.
Perhaps the gods have placed you here so that we may meet.
'Cause I'm a wanted man.
Considering Bethesda's recent history and business practices, it's even wilder that they decided to announce and shadow drop the game on the same day. Not only is this something extremely rare, especially in the modern gaming landscape, it's also not something you'd expect a AAA company as big as Bethesda to do. Even crazier is the fact that this remaster actually ended up being extremely good, preserving all the things that made the original great while improving areas that were too outdated and in need of work. But it also added new visuals and textures, lighting systems, voice actors, and animations.
Like the eyes of a cat in the black and blue. Something is coming for you.
Kinsmen think you're a piece of human trash. How? I bet the gods give you special treatment before the end. Oh, that's right. You're going to die in here, Imperial.
You are the one from my dreams. Then the stars were right.
Honestly, this game is extremely nostalgic. I mean, playing it a decade later brought back so many memories and it just hits deep. As much as I love these new visuals, part of me feels like this remaster is exactly how the game used to look when I first played it, investing hundreds of hours into this world. Comparing the new visuals to the old ones just shows how much time has passed and how nostalgia can be blinding. Even though this game is called a remaster, I feel like it's more of a mix between a remaster and a remake. It might not be a full remake, but they added a lot to it to a point where it almost feels like a brand new game, but in the most positive way imaginable. I mean, so far I have not experienced a single bug and it also runs perfectly despite having a very large file size and offering dozens of new graphical options. Everything looks better, smoother and shinier. Arma looks more realistic and cleaner while also retaining its original look, and the same can be said about the world itself. It feels new, way more detailed and gorgeous while also retaining its original art style and feeling. This is definitely Cyrodiil and not some cheap knockoff version. The new lighting here feels incredible and extremely immersive, but also eye candy to look at. The world feels warm, full of color, and there is something to see or do behind every single corner.
Blades, dark times are upon us. The Emperor and his sons were slain on our watch. The Empire is in chaos. But there is yet hope.
I bid you stand! Stand of the West!
Ride the tiger. You can see his stripes, but you know he's clean.
World building has always been the biggest strength of Bethesda, despite their questionable business practices. It's what I love so much about Skyrim and the Fallout games. You can invest countless hours into them without getting bored because there is always something interesting to see, explore, or find. They are also great at environmental storytelling as well as making fun quests that send you through some wild adventures. And it's no different in the Oblivion Remaster, except that it's a lot more fun to play this game now and extremely nostalgic to experience all of these stories again. It's still the same game with the same story and quests, but aside from the visuals and inventory system being updated, they also went the extra mile and hired a bunch of new voice actors and reworked facial animations as well as just how characters look in general. They still retain their original style, but definitely look much more realistic, even though there's also still a feeling of uncanny valley. The new voice acting is extremely good, and it's great to see that the lip movement movement actually matches what they are saying in most cases. These might not be major changes, but they add a lot to immersion and the experience of playing this game. That's honestly one of the greatest things about this remaster. Despite looking different and being much more comfortable to play, it's still the exact same game and experience.
Can you deliver? I'm all looking at you.
There are no new quests here or things that weren't present in the original. They did their best to keep this remaster as faithful as possible to the original game. Which also means that the combat plays like it's from another era and almost like a trip to the past. It's fun to have a game where combat is very simple and just consists of you slashing and blocking without having to perform overly complex or punishing combos. You can choose from a bunch of pre-made ability classes or make one yourself, which will also impact how you will play the game or how your character will perform in combat or various other activities.
Alright, seek and destroy!
It makes clearing out dungeons and caves more fun, although when it comes to the dungeons here, they do lose some of their magic and mysterious atmosphere once you have to clear out the same looking dungeon for the 10th time, which is an issue that is also present in Skyrim and the Fallout games. But honestly, considering how good this game looks and how much fun to play it is, I don't really mind doing that. The art style is one of the things that I love the most about this game, because it's not just noticeable in the way the world looks, but also how the map is shown, quests, your compass, character, race selection, class selection, etc. It all has this fantasy medieval look going on that adds a lot and makes you feel much more immersed in the world. I mean, even the compass that just shows you where to go or where you currently are has this old medieval style that feels more unique and original compared to a lot of modern games.
Holy diver, you've been down too long in the midnight sea.
Darkness, a doom sweeps the land.
My favorite part about Oblivion has always been the Oblivion gates and just how damn cool and creepy they look. Sure, they get very old quick and they're extremely repetitious as you're basically doing the same thing over and over again in most of them. But there is still something special about these gates, the planes of Oblivion, and the demonic forces you have to fight.
In a rain of fire. Spells and magic in a rain of fire.
The first time you come close to one after it devastated a whole town, it feels like hell has arrived on Earth. Seeing this first gate has always been an amazing experience to me, and it looks even creepier and more apocalyptic in this remaster. Red lightning is hitting the Earth, burning everything, the sky is red and the air feels heavy and toxic. It looks like the end of the world and like there's no escape. Even just walking up to that town and seeing how the air and sky is slowly getting darker and bloodier is amazing, and I love that the remaster makes it look even more menacing.
In a war with dragons, young blind dragons cause.
But the highlight to me has always been the actual gate and the journey through it. I mean, it literally does look like the gates of hell, and the remaster made it look so much more alive and realistic. Even before traveling through it, you can see the plains of Oblivion on the other side, giving you a glimpse of the horrors awaiting you. Once you actually travel through them, you get confronted with this dark, demonic realm that looks extremely cool and full of dangers. It's confusing, and this confusion in a way adds to the feeling of hopelessness and urgency. You know that you have to stop this from further spreading and invading Cyrodiil, because otherwise it'll be the end of the known world. As a kid, I always loved traveling through these gates, despite most of them being the same. It gave me a feeling of wonder and like my actions actually had some impact on the world, which is also the case even outside of the main quest. Almost everything you do here has some sort of impact and consequences, and people will treat you differently based on your actions and interactions with them. Oblivion is one of the best and most legendary games ever made, and this remaster managed to bring this greatness back without ruining the game or its legacy.
I'm just a young